I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, and y'all are watching Trackish. We back, whole different type of show now. We are interviewing the biggest, brightest, best track and field stars in the nation at the moment, right now. And who we got on the episode today, this week, is simply amazing. He's hyping up the crowds. He's having fun with it. He's in Miami, enjoying all the sun, soaking it up. This dude right here, I'm telling y'all, he really just jumped on the scene. Honestly, he has a PR of 147 in the 800 meter, right outside of the U.S. top 10 all time, a Florida State record. Last year, he ran 404 in the 1600 meter as well. He comes from Belen Jesuit, who's won, what, 8 straight Florida State cross country championships, was not NXN last year, but you guys are finally being introduced to this man right here, this individual. Shoot, I don't know what he's going to do for the rest of the year. Tiago
We'll see.
Socarras has been amazing so far. Tiago, I'm happy you're joining me on Trackish. It's going to be
Of
dope.
course, my
How are you
pleasure.
doing? How's Miami? How's it?
It's great. Miami, honestly, is a little rough right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's been really hot. Today I got in my car and basically burned myself on everything in there. So, it's nice though. I mean, humid, hot. You know how Miami usually is. Pretty much beach weather. Not typically what you think is like perfect running weather, but definitely got some great sights and just it's an awesome environment. So, I'm doing great and super happy to be here. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thanks for coming on because you're just coming off
Of
a
course.
weekend here in the week on the West Coast. I would say the best coast, you feel me, where you had an amazing race at Arcadia, 147.66. You ran 55, 52 splits in that 800 as well. Uh, has it sunk in like what you did that weekend and running a Florida State record? Has that really sunk in yet? It's been a couple of days.
I mean, I've been looking at it, and to be honest, like I think I haven't, delved too deep into it. I came into that race, obviously every race you have like expectations, but the splits, like I never thought it would, come out like that. I was talking to my mom and I was like, hey, I'm gonna try to go for this time. I didn't know the exact Florida State record, and I never ever once checked the Arcadia record. So I
Hmm.
had no idea. I kind of was going in there blind, just looking at the comp and saying, hey, like, let's see if I can do something. And then the first lap, honestly, I dropped all expectation. I was super disappointed. I mean, we went through at 27. I mean, it's not that I can't get out fast. It's just like I'm used to kind of chasing people. I've always been a
Yeah.
racer. I'm not actually like just a solo runner. I'm a racer. So we came through so slow and I was in the lead. I kind of just didn't want to risk anything. And even though, yes, I had a time in mind, at the same time it is Arcadia and, you kind of want to win the race too. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to settle, but I'm going to just keep this pace. I think it's pretty hot. And then we came through at 55. And I basically just said, "Oh, well, this is not a PR race at all." I was like, I'm just gonna go from here." And I honestly was reserving my kick a little bit that at 400 to 600 because there was a 46 guy that I've been talking to in the race before, and I was like, "Well, this guy has some serious leg speed," and I
Hmm.
want to kind of reserve some of my clothes because it's different when you're kicking behind someone. You know what I'm saying? It's like when
Yeah.
you're kicking behind someone, you got that little more boost, to catch them. It's like, all right, let me keep it a little reserved and then start moving that last 200. And that last 200 came up. I started like, turning the gears, I guess. And I was expecting them to be right behind me. I kept looking back, which my coach doesn't like, but hey, I had to check back there to see what's going on. And all I hear is the announcer say, "Oh my God." And that's when I knew it was kind of the gap was kind of there. And I checked back and I had to look at the crowd. And it was one of those times where I've been talking about this a lot. It's kind of like I'm getting nostalgia, like I'm missing a moment even while it's happening. Because I'm
Mm.
like, damn, like this feels great. And I wish I could relive this moment. So I kind of looked at the crowd. I kind of wanted to make it special. And especially for everybody there. I've been reading some of the comments online and stuff like that. And a lot of people have been, saying some negative things like, hey, if he hadn't done that stupid stuff or whatever, he would have got the record. If he hadn't done this, he would have gone a little faster. He sacrificed this. And then I see other comments like this one lady saying, hey, I came there for the sprints and the relays and I left an 800 fan. So, it's all about, track for me and a lot of people is a pretty lively sport, but for others, it's not very interesting. I'm gonna be honest. So just to bring that different level, that different atmosphere is nice sometimes. And a lot of people, like that. And whether you go there to see me lose or you go there to see me win, hey, you went there and you watched, and that's like the most important thing. So all I wanted to do is kind of bring some more life to an art to a sport that I already enjoy and so many people love.
And I want to go to this. So here on Trackish, everybody, it's a little bit different. This is an interview show, but it's also going to be like a little bit of game show, at least when Tiago's here, bro. I'm gonna test a little bit
Yeah.
of your track and field knowledge and just running knowledge just in general.
All
So
right.
it's not too bad. It's not too fast. All right. So first
Yeah, I
question
got
right here, and we'll see if you can get everything right. I know you're competitive. You feel me? All right.
I got
Which
you.
athlete used a fire extinguisher as a celebration after their race? Craig
Ooh.
Engels or Maurice Green?
Oh, it's a sprinter, so it's Maurice Green. Because I was thinking of like Tyson Gay or something, but yeah, Maurice Green for sure.
There you go, Maurice Green. It
I
was
got it. Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
Maurice
yeah. I see
Green.
that.
After he
It was
won the
good.
100, he got a fire extinguisher, sprayed it all out. And I feel like this was the perfect person to ask you because the celebration that you
We
had.
got to get a fire extinguisher at Arcadia next year. We'll see what happens.
So you're definitely just
Yeah.
all about really just having fun with the sport. Where do you think that has that always just how you approach just track and field just in general and just well all sports, I would say.
Yeah, so I've played a lot of sports throughout my years. I played soccer. I did fencing for 4 years. A lot of people don't know that. So that was
Really?
like my main sport. A little bit of basketball, a little bit of flag football, a little bit of everything. So to be honest, like those sports are always fun, and I was always a big like team sport guy. Like I hated individual sports.
Yeah.
So I started running as like kind of like a joke. All my friends when I was in like middle school or like late elementary school did this little 5K on this island we like to call Key Biscayne in Miami, and it
Hmm.
was just kind of like a thing. It's like a fundraiser. Everybody goes, and I ended up running it, with my friends. And my dad after the race is like going around like looking for me like and talking to friends like, "Hey, have you seen Tiago?" And they're like, "Tiago, you finished like an hour ago." So after that, like I ended up running. And at that same meet, my mom was talking to me, and the guy that won the 5K, he won as an Olympian, and he's Haitian,
Hmm.
so he ran the 400 hurdles. And basically, like my mom was talking to me about this guy. She's like, "Hey, this guy's an Olympian. He's super cool." And I was super young, so I didn't know. So I walked up to him, and out of nowhere, I said, "Hey, can you be my coach?"
Yeah.
And he was like, no, let me talk to your mom or whatever. And this guy has kind of been my mentor through it all. And even though like in the beginning I didn't really love track, to be honest, I just found a way to make it fun, especially with my team in Belen. Belen's really a brotherhood. So what happens is you go out there and perform for your guys. And I've had people come up to me before say like, hey, like I always wanted to run for Belen. I've always thought about transferring to Belen.
Hmm.
But like I feel like it's too difficult and I feel like I wouldn't survive. And to them, I say like, Belen, you just have fun with it. All my teammates, we're joking around. There's a lot of talent and a lot of personality, which sometimes it's hard to find the two. And to be honest, all the guys and everything, we just love, goofing around and doing things that other people, haven't done. And uh, I just love, doing these things that attract people to the sport and are just fun, just fun in general.
Most definitely. It's definitely good to always have fun with it. And I think to talk a little bit even more about your story, we have to go into a little bit of just like last year too and just this transition. But before we get there, I have another question for you to continue this quiz. Let's see if you can get everything right. The first one seemed easy to you, to be honest. All right, right
Yeah.
here, right here, right here. Which athlete won the 1500 meter at the Paris Olympics after finishing fifth in the Tokyo Olympics? Cole Hawker or Josh Kerr?
What? Wait. And he won in 2008 in Paris?
No, he won the Paris Olympics last year in 1500 and he got fifth in
Okay.
Tokyo
Well, Cole
Olympics.
Hawker only run one this year, so it's got to be Josh Kerr.
Wait, what?
You said Josh Kerr, right? And then Cole
Cole
Hawker.
Hawker
Those
or
are the
Josh
two.
Kerr? Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Kerr.
It's Cole Hawker, bro. I said which athlete
Uh,
won the 15?
that's my
I said
fault. I'm bad at track trivia, man. I just started watching the sport this year.
I wanted to bring that up though because it really all clicked for Cole Hawker this past season in the 1500 meter. Him
Yeah.
getting that win, that gold. He wasn't doing that the year before, or in Tokyo, he wasn't doing that same thing. For you, the run 147 this year, it's different than last year. Arcadia, I think you finished seventh and now finishing first. You're running 151, now you're running 147. What's changed? What clicked to where now you're running these kind of unbelievable times for a lot of people?
When I tell people this, they're not gonna believe it. But I started doing like half of what I did last year. My mileage has basically like been cut by a quarter. I no longer lift anymore. I used to lift all the time last year. I haven't lifted a single time during cross country and the season, so I haven't lifted in about a year.
Hmm.
I used to like go and play like rec basketball all the time and like go skimboarding at the beach and stuff like that. I stopped doing all those little things. And I kind of just stayed home and like relaxed. It sounds super lame. Like I know everyone wants to hear the hero story. Like, hey, like I realized like I had a talent and I started working hard and I threw everything to the side. But I honestly threw everything aside last year.
Hmm.
This year I've been eating a ton of junk food, way more candy than I usually do. I haven't lifted at all. I've been to bed way later than I did last year. And I just told my mom, like, I don't care anymore, but in like a good way. Like I care
Yeah.
and I take what I do seriously, but I stopped like caring. Like I have no nerves at the line.
Hmm.
Like it's like it just feels great. And I haven't obviously I eat right. I mean, I can't say like I eat only junk food, but at the same time, I like no longer am scared to, eat what I want to eat or, do what I want to do. And that honestly has made the difference, like the difference of the world to me. And a lot of people like can't believe when I say that, like, really, you haven't lifted? And I was lifting super smart, kind of like
Yeah.
personal trainer last year. And I wasn't even close to the times I'm hitting this year. So it's been pretty crazy. And I want to go back and lift and say, hey, maybe I was doing something wrong. Maybe it'll make you faster.
Uh,
But we'll have to wait. So far what I've been doing has been working. And yeah, it's just been less. I've been doing less.
Man, that's super interesting. It makes me think of something, not to go too deep into to everything, but it makes me think
Sure.
of I interviewed, well, for the best example is like Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt isn't super type A, like not serious on the
Yeah.
line of any type of way. And people that he would race, well, the total opposite is Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson, 1996 Olympics 400-meter world record holder, used to be super intense and everything. And Michael Johnson can never be like super happy all the time. If he would do that, he
Yeah.
would be off. But if Usain Bolt was just to be super straight and, serious, he would be off. So sometimes just letting off those guardrails and just not
Yeah.
caring about it and just having
Actually,
fun works for people.
sorry to digress a little bit. In my coach's office, there's like a ton of snacks that I used to avoid like last year.
Yeah.
And this year he has like the Oreo scoop things and like I had like 7 Hershey's Kisses before practice, like a bag of chips, like every time before practice, and it hasn't affected me. So hey, we're good.
All right. Next question. Next question. So we 1-1 right now. We got two more left. All right. So this American 800-meter runner, Alicia Montano, ran with what in her hair each race? Was it a bow or was it a flower?
It has to be a flower because a bow would be too obvious.
It was a flower. My bad. Flower. Flower. You got it right.
Okay,
You got
we're
it
good.
right.
We're good. Yeah, yeah, we're good. I thought you were gonna say like something like crazy where I wouldn't know, but you said a bow. I was like, and then a flower. I was like, oh, like a flower is like the eliminate. You eliminate the bow because the flower like stands out. But yeah,
Alicia, a beast,
biggie.
cow bear, amazing things that she did on the track, but always had that signature flower. From the times that I've been able to interview you, and even last week at Arcadia, I noticed that you may have something too that you always race with, and it's like a pin that's like right here, like right under the Bellin like logo. Because I was looking at your other interviews and you had the same thing. Is that something you do all the time, or was that just I don't know,
Man,
you messed up
I
your
I don't know
game?
how you noticed that. I'll be honest, no one's ever commented on that, but like a couple of my teammates. Actually, the reason I did this was so back last year at Bulls, I had a great season last year. I can't complain
Hmm.
about it. But there was this one meet at Bulls where I lost every single race and I was trying. So I raced the mile. It was windy, it was rainy, and believe it or not, I got destroyed by my teammate Marcelo Matacon, the young goat, obviously the prodigy. And not only did he like beat me, like it was a kick. We were neck and neck last 100, and he smoked me. And you can see the photo of like kind of like my disbelief at the line. And even though I love to see my teammates win and stuff like that, and it's honestly the
Yeah.
greatest feeling in the world. To me, it was like a shock. Like, and that track itself like is right by the water, and I was kind of jogging on the water, like wow, like honestly, in my mind, I was thinking like I can't do this anymore. Like my one signature part of me is like gone. Like I don't know why I was thinking, into it too deeply. And I was like, wow, like I didn't kick and I was hurting there and I chose not to. And I did kick it and I lost. And I was like, okay, well, we got the 800, let's wipe that off our mind. Let's go into the eight. And in the 800, I had a great lead through 400. Coming through the last 200, super nice, super smooth. I had a gap and I kind of let up. There was no celebration or anything. It was kind of like, okay, no PR. I just let up. And this guy passed me right at the line. And then I lost as well. I didn't see him
Hmm.
coming, didn't hear him at all. And he beat me. And my coach wasn't mad or anything, team won the meet. But to me, I was destroyed after that meet. Like that was probably the most down I've been in a couple years. And I was thinking like, then I didn't really care about the sport. I'm like, Tiago, if you don't care about the sport, why are you, thinking about this too deeply? And I had that pin from my top what's it called, sticker. And like I looked at that pin and I was like, I was like, all right, like I'm gonna remember this pin, and every time I look at this pin, like this is the reason why you kick, because losing hurts a lot more than winning. You know what I'm saying? Like putting that last, 5% of energy you have and all that pain is worth it in the end because, hurting, losing, hurts a lot more than winning. And that pin always reminds me last 200 meters to start kicking and never stop. So yeah, I always just use that pin. And every time I have 200 left to go, believe it or not, I think about that pin and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like you better kick and this one better hurt. So yeah.
For someone that said just about 5 minutes ago, like, man, I just stopped caring. This man cares
Yeah.
deeply, and you could definitely
Okay.
tell, like it comes through, and definitely just the hurt of not wanting to lose is can definitely be enough sometimes to get you through that line. It's facts. That was a great story,
Shout out
great
Marcelo,
story.
by the way, for out kicking me there.
All right, one more question I got for you. One more like quiz question, and then I got a
Uh,
couple more. All right, who is the faster superhero? The Human Torch or
Good.
Ghost Rider?
Oh, Ghost Rider. Easily.
Final answer?
Yeah, yeah, Ghost Rider.
You got it right. You got it right. Okay.
Yeah, I knew
Thank you
this.
so.
I knew this. No, no, I didn't even think about it. You saw me just locking in.
Yeah, you locked it right away. Ghost Rider is faster than light, while the Torch is only faster than sound. So, hey, you knew it.
Okay,
Tiago knows the superheroes for sure.
okay.
So you're
Top
three and
10.
one
Okay,
there in the trackish quiz. Congratulations. But a reason
thank
I
you.
point out the Human Torch and Ghost Rider because one of the most unique things about you, Tiago, is that you live in Miami and knowing as like that's not really a prime location for distance running and like all aspects of the situation. So how is
Yeah.
it training in just the heat, the humidity, and being able to overcome those things to running 147 and even going to Nike Cross Nationals last year with your team?
Yeah, we joke about this a lot. After every run, kind of, we say like a really good team, and we say, "Wow, they wouldn't be able to do this." Like our other run, like as a complete joke. Like after we finished our run yesterday, it was like 94 degrees. Like all my energy was drained from my body, and it was a 35-minute run yesterday. I got a 35-minute run,
Yeah,
and I was just gone. I was basically like on the floor, and I was like, "Wow, the Creator Boys could never do this." Like,
yeah, yeah,
like as a joke, because it's just like it's just I can't explain it, but I've run up north and stuff like that, and that cool, dry weather. And this weather, not the humidity, just makes it just kind of like insufferable in a way. But you get used to it, but your skin still feels like it's cooking. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
just feel like you're cooking. And honestly, like, yeah, we're not known for distance, but I feel like we work smart to the point where we use the heat to our advantage. And then when we go up to those cool climates, it's kind of just like a walk in the park. At Arcadia, I was actually freezing. I was wearing a big hoodie at Arcadia because it was cold, but a lot of people won't know that. But yeah, I mean, Miami is like it's hot, and people don't think of it as like a place to train efficiently. But if you do stuff right, you do it right. We have a lot of coaches that are very experienced, and they for sure make the best of it. And yeah, Miami, contrary to popular belief, can be a good place to train if you do it right.
no, absolutely, absolutely, and you guys proven it for sure. Before you get out of here, I want to ask you some. Want to go through a gauntlet of running questions. Before I get there too, though, I want to
All
ask
right,
you this one thing because you ran 404 last year. You ran 147 already. I think you had an attempt at this, but Tiago, it's just that hot topic of high school
everyone wants
running
to know you.
all the time. Like, shoot, bro, we gonna try and break four. Like, let's.
All right,
Is that is
my
that is that on the goal?
yeah, my answer to that question is always I'm a racer. So I like very short term attention. And for the 800, that's perfect. Like we said, my
Yeah,
time, like you do one lap and you just kind of turn off your brain and you sprint again. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no like thinking. But with the mile, it's, it takes a toll on the mind. And I'm definitely not a solo runner. So to come through like Tommy Latham, full respect to that dude, man. Like kudos to him. That's the craziest thing like ever. To go
yeah,
60, 60, 60, and 59 for me is like impossible. I could go 60, 60, feel fresh, and then go like 64 the next lap just because I fall asleep. Like it's super. I'm a racer, so to be honest, I'll let you know if we can run some four. If the boys at the Festival of Miles hook me up because this is ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, man, if I get put into a race with such a talented
yeah.
field like the names of Owen Powell, Tavon Kitchen, Josiah, uh, heck, I don't want to miss anyone, and Tommy, all of them, definitely, I feel like we could do something special. Hopefully, I mean because again, I can't put my name right there up with those guys right now because they've been doing amazing. But I think I think I have the capacity to run, sub four. I mean, I did close my 407 in like 53, 54.
Hmm.
So I think that
Crazy.
means I have more in the tank. So honestly, if I come through 1200 at three flat, no one knows what I'm gonna be feeling. So hey, again, I'm a racer, so you got to put me in a race. I can't solo a sub four.
Yeah, put this man in a race, bro. Get this man in a race. I
Hoka,
want
come on.
I want to
Hoka,
see this
Brooks.
happening.
Now Brooks, I'm running the eight, but Hoka hasn't even put me on the mile squad, man. They sent me like a try like next time or something. They said we'll see in March. Like, come on, bro.
He said, man, put my guy in. Put my guy in. All right, man,
Mm.
Tiago, before you get out of here, we're just real quick. We're trying to go through these questions rapid fire. All right. Favorite hype song? Okay, 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 okay. Wait, who sings that?
T Grizzly, T
Okay.
Grizzly.
Okay, okay. First day out. I feel you. I feel you. Favorite race to run?
Gotta be the 800.
Favorite race to watch?
I'm gonna have to say the 400.
400. Okay, okay, okay. Favorite movie of all time?
Oh, this
One,
rapid fire I forgot. Oh, up. Oh no, John Wick, John Wick.
your biggest running pet peeve?
Oh, people that one step, people that run fast on runs. I don't like those people.
Have you ever pooped yourself on a run?
No, never actually. I'll stop running. I don't got that type of dog in me.
Socks or no socks with spikes?
I just started this year. No socks.
No socks, for real.
I just started this year. Jakob said, they asked him, they're like, hey, socks or no socks? He's like, it's a difference between if you're a pro or an amateur. So I was
Dang.
like, all right, so no socks. It works.
Sheesh. Best post race or workout meal that you have?
Oh, crazy is I'm never hungry after races, but let's just go milkshake.
Okay, okay.
Milkshake or like a Slurpee or something, like and a steak. I don't know.
Running hot weather or cold weather? And we know what the answer of that is.
Hot weather. What? Let's go. 305 all the way.
All right, Tiago, Socarras, bro. Appreciate you coming through on
Thank you for
Trackish,
having me. Thank you for having me.
relaunching the whole series. It's been awesome. It's been great. Can't wait to see you break 4 minutes. Can't wait to see what you do later in this year in 800. Best of luck in the Florida State Championships coming up in districts, all of that. We appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you. Hey, watch me at Hoka when they invite me.
He said,
Appreciate you. All right. Take care.
later.